Hey guys, Legendaray here, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Now, the meta in Clash Royale is pretty much ever changing. From month to month, it's always seen some slight changes, whether or not that's because of just some natural shifts in the meta, or due to some balance changes released by the Clash Royale dev team. Nevertheless, despite all of these changes, there are still a couple of decks that have remained super duper viable over all of this time. So today, we're going to be going over 4 of these decks. These 4 decks that I'm going to share in today's episode have been viable for the longest amount of time. You've probably seen these decks already or faced them in your own matches, but they're decks that have been just so viable for so long, and it's pretty much guaranteed that they will be viable months or even years down the line. For each of these decks, I'm going to be going over a super brief summary of how to play it, and then I'll showcase the deck in a very quick live match that I believe very well encompasses how you should be playing this deck. Deck links are going to be down in the description for those of you interested, and hey, while you're down there, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Also, if you'd like to support me, feel free to use code Legendaray in the Clash Royale shop. Any support would be greatly appreciated. And with all of that out of the way, let's get right into the decks. Number 1. Classic Logbait. Now, Classic Logbait has been a deck that pretty much has been in the meta for years on end now. The quick-paced nature of this deck, with an average elixir cost of 3.3 and a quick cycle of just 9 elixir, means that it's a rather aggressive deck where the goal is you're trying to bait out the opponent's small spells and overwhelm them with your many bait type units. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into a match. Alrighty, so this match here against KVN from the Clan Master. Best of luck. Starting off, we'll just go with the Princess in the back once we reach 10 elixir, of course. It's a quick deck, so we're just going to be cycling here. Goblin Gang as well, catch that miner pretty handedly. And it's going to get some chip damage or bait out the opponent's small spell. He's going to go into the log. Will it hit the Princess? That is the question. It does. Very well timed log by him. So what we'll do is we'll cycle a knight here in the back, and I probably will just rocket this musketeer out of the way. Really not that much else to do. He's running a miner deck, which unless it's a giant miner, it's not that big of a deal. I'm actually gonna use the princess here to kite the E-barbs to the knight. Not the ideal play, obviously. I mean, why would you want to do that? But what other choice did I have? We will take, I think, 1 E-barb hit, but that's okay. He's gonna go ahead. Oh my god, what am I doing? I totally thought he would miner in the left lane there, so I wasn't paying too much attention. But hey, you know what? We've split our damage evenly between both towers, and we do technically have a slight damage lead, so I'll definitely take it here. And yeah, most likely this will be an opposite lane match here by the looks of it. So let's take a log here. Go ahead and get an Ice Spirit down. He's got an Ice Golem there, and that means he doesn't have that cheap of an answer to stop that Ice Spirit. And it looks like we're going to be facing a Mortar deck. Okay, we'll just go Princess here. Nice and easy, we'll snipe that down. Knight will provide the tankage we need. We'll go in with a Goblin Gang here as well. And because he has to use the log on that defense, we can actually get away with, grouping all of our other bait units together. And yeah, in the meanwhile, I just try to get an Ice Spirit to connect on the tower again, but he's smart. He goes in, of course, with the perfect defense to stop that chip damage. We'll just go in with a Knight here. And oh well, I thought he would do something else, but we'll go in again with our Goblin Barrel here. Again, just baiting out the log, making sure that he doesn't have a good answer to all of our bait units. We'll go in with this here. Yeah, predicting that Musketeer as well. We'll log all of this stuff out of the way, just protecting that Princess as much as possible. And then we'll go in with a barrel in the back here. And looks like, as you can see, we've outcycled his log and we've juked him there. Nice, good plays there. Absolutely amazing. You can see there, just by utilizing our quick cycle and protecting that Princess, we were able to completely just outcycle all of his counters. Anyways, let's go in with a Knight here. Okay, we'll send in this to catch that miner. And yeah, again, now he has to, okay, well, now he uses his fireball there, but still, the Knight's gonna do enough distraction. I think the Mortar's just gonna die. So now we're just gonna go in with a second Princess here on the field. And let's try and protect that princess, those princesses once again, because we got multiple princesses on the field. Let's go in here again, just protecting our princesses as best as we can. Let's get a third princess down. Why not? The mortar should actually, the mortar's gonna splash out those two princesses, aren't they? Oh no, they're not. Yay. Let's go in with an ice spear here. Cycle to our barrel here. He does have log back and cycle, unfortunately. Oh no, he doesn't. And that's just going to be towered down. Let's go. He's got a minor cycle deck, and you can see we are still able to outcycle his small spell. So all in all, relatively clean match, I would say. Number 2, Ice Bow. Now, just like Logbait, this is another deck that has been around for the longest time. This is known as kind of the no-skill variation of X-Bow, and I mean, in some sense, it definitely is a lot easier to pick up compared to the more popular 2.9 X-Bow variation. This is all about playing defensively, getting a positive elixir trade by defending very cheaply, and then turning that into an offense either through the X-Bow or through rocket cycling. So let's get right into a match. Alrighty, so looks like we're gonna be against Take That L. Best of luck to him. And he's starting off laughing. Okay, you know what? We'll go in with our baby dragon emote. Looks like he's got a barbarian barrel. We'll just cycle a knight nice and easily to take all of this stuff out. Now, against different matchups, you're gonna have to be more or less aggressive with your rocket cycling. In this situation, he's got an Inferno Dragon, which usually means a Mega Knight matchup, so we're more okay with going in with a rocket. That being said, he's got this, which makes me slightly nervous. We'll go Skeletons up high to kite that Lumberjack like so. And see what else he's got. He's actually just straight up letting me get away with that rocket, which I am a little surprised about. He's gonna bowler, so we're gonna immediately X-Bow here in the opposite lane, see what he has, and looks like he's got a balloon. Okay, well that X-Bow's pretty much dead. All good though, we're just gonna take that damage and set up a Tesla on defense, and this Tesla's gonna do double duty. It's gonna take down that balloon, and it's going to take down this bowler. So let's see. Oh, it's actually going to, he's actually gonna do that. So we'll instead just get ourselves a King Tower activation with the bowler. You know, he's just feeding me even more value, and now that we have a King Tower activation, it looks like we're probably actually against Graveyard, so that's gonna even make this matchup better for us. And that's another big aspect of this deck, is getting those King Tower activations, which really will help out on defense, because again, you're trying to make these positive elixir trades on defense, and you can't do so unless you have those 3 towers activated, which really do a great job on defense, which is kind of what makes this deck so good. And actually, no, I'm dumb. We're against a balloon deck. Why did I say we were against something else? We're just gonna rocket out that balloon. You might have freeze, but of course we have a NATO there. And here's the thing, this matchup, you're not breaking through with the X-Bow, unless he plays a bowler in the back like he did. But we're just gonna go in here with a defensive X-Bow here. Well, I lost my chance to go in with an X-Bow. That kind of sucks. But all good though, we'll just set up on defense because this deck is very solid. And his balloon is kind of out of cycle, like kind of. So let's see here. We'll just go ahead. We're gonna have to go in with a knight here on the inside. That's a nice juicy rocket for us there. And I mean, he can't expect to win the matchup like this, right? We're just gonna go in here, log this stuff out of the way. Now that he has a defensive bowler down, we definitely can't get away with X-Bowing on offense. So of course, we're just gonna go in with the defensive X-Bow. Of course, knight down to tank. And this probably will be a good rocket for us, which we will definitely take. Rocket that out of the way. And again, just a kind of a clean match here. We're just gonna Tesla, pull that balloon over. And you know, when you can't break through the opponent's tower, you can always win in the tiebreaker victory with this deck. All decks that are kind of spell cycle based are kind of this way. You can just really get that damage advantage and then literally just turtle in and just defend. So here we're gonna go in with a knight to the side. If he was smarter, he would have NATO'd that knight so that the bowler would get chip damage. That's kind of how the bowler player wins these kinds of matchups. But now we're just going to go in with an X-Bow on offense here. We have a Tesla, we have a defensive X-Bow set up, and it looks like he's just going to give up. So yeah, as you can see, this matchup would have been tough if not for that lock we got in a single elixir time. Let's NATO that balloon away, allow that X-Bow to get the final bit of damage. But you can see here, you know, the defense of this deck is so solid. Ice Wizard NATO is not going to get nerfed anytime soon. So definitely another very solid choice for you guys to level up on ladder. Number 3, Pekka Bridge Spam. Now Pekka Bridge Spam Now, Pekka Bridge Spam is a deck that, generally is always in the meta. There are always players that play it. This is a combination between a control and a Bridge Spam deck, meaning that it has solid defense and you can make great positive elixir trades on defense, but you also have to go aggressive sometimes with the Bridge Spam elements in this deck, in the Bandit, the Battle Ram, and the Royal Ghost. So let's go ahead and just show you how it's done. Alrighty, so this matchup here against Hoodle Han from MLK. Best of luck to him. Starting off, we'll just go in with a Bandit at the bridge. I like to be a little bit aggressive with my 3 elixir cards. And it looks like he's got a Knight. So that definitely narrows the matchup down just a little bit. We'll go in with our Electro Wizard. We probably should have gone with a Magic Archer. Generally, Magic Archer is more of my go-to because Electro Wizard is such a vital defense against air units. But okay, Knight, Ice Wizard, and Log. We might actually be against Ice Bow, which is the deck I just shared, and it looks like we are. So, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, let's think here. How do I want to play this matchup? Let's go in with a Battle Ram here. And he looks like he's just going to turtle in on defense, which is totally fine. So, we'll just go in with our Royal Ghost here. The Royal Ghost should go in for that Tesla there, nice and easily. And yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup here. Expo is always a difficult matchup. You always have to be careful with rocket value too. That's another big thing, and you really just want to play this like a beatdown deck kind of. Against Expo, you're trying to build up these big pushes, and hopefully that Bandit might have connected if he hadn't done that. But since he went with the Ice Wizard in the back, I went in with a Pekka in the same lane because yeah, he can Expo in the opposite lane if he wants, but we have like quite a bit of distraction for it. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna chill out a little bit, wait for that Expo lock on. We'll go with the Battle Ram, Royal Ghost in the middle, and just apply optimal double lane pressure here, like so. Okay, we'll just go ahead. I think we'll go in with a Bandit here as well. Wow, unlucky there. See here. Let's get ready. Let's zap this stuff out of the way. We weren't fast enough. And yeah, just look at this. The defense of Ice Bow is just so solid. And we're gonna have to take that Ice Wizard damage there. So let's think here. We have to be very careful of going in with Pekkas in the back now, especially now that we are in double elixir time. Okay, well, now that being said, we're gonna do that now. He'll probably Expo opposite, and we're just gonna go in with our with this here. Let's go with an Electro Wizard as well. We'll go in with our Poison, and that at this point that Pekka is forward enough so that it will do the distraction that we need. And look at this, he's just back to another Expo. I mean, absolutely insane. Let's go with a Bandit here, try and dash onto all of this stuff. And oh boy, we are in for a tough time here. So let's go ahead and Pekka in the back here. Royal Ghost does get a hit, which is kind of nice. We managed to get a little bit of a push in here. So we're just gonna go in with a classic push. Let's go Battle Ram here in the back. And yeah, it's time to begin building up our push. So going with a Royal Ghost immediately, Bandit in the front as well. Right, good stuff. Royal Ghost takes that stuff out of the way. Alright, we're gonna Poison here as well. We got a big push in both lanes here. And let's go in with another Battle Ram. We got a very healthy Pekka here, and it looks like there's a good chance that we could break through here. Let's just go in with a Magic Archer. And, we're just bridge spamming at this point. This is also a bridge spam deck, They're spamming everything at the bridge. We'll go in with a Bandit a little bit farther in the back, try and catch something. But look at this big connection here. We'll zap this out of the way. We don't catch that, unfortunately. But look at this, man. Magic Archer getting all the damage we need. And now we are within spell cycle range. So just, a Poison down. And if that doesn't do enough, I believe a zap will finish the job. So let's go ahead and just cycle to that. But looks like the Poison will finish the job. So as you can see, even though the opponent had such a solid defense, by applying so much pressure, we were still just able to force our way through to the opponent's towers. Number 4, Mega Knight Bait. Now the reason I'm sharing 2 bait decks in this episode is because bait is a relatively free to play option, and this Mega Knight Bait deck does have, a couple more legendaries, but I mean all of the other cards are commons anyways. Now Mega Knight Bait is a bit of a different variation because it offers more versatility in terms of that big tank in the Mega Knight. Sometimes you can play this like a classic bait, going in aggressive with your bait cards, but other times you can chill out a little bit and focus on building up a beatdown style push with the Mega Knight in the back, the Inferno Dragon supporting, and all of your other bait units. So without further ado, let's get right into some gameplay. Alrighty, so it looks like this match against a Russian player. Starting off, we'll just cycle our skeleton barrel here. I liked playing it a little bit farther back. That is the anti-activation placement. You can't actually activate King Tower against that specific placement, if I do remember correctly. I could be wrong about that. Definitely something that you should learn if you do decide to play this deck. But it looks like we're going to be facing a Dark Prince here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split my Goblin Gang like so. Hopefully I do actually split this time. Yep, you can see I split it kind of properly. Some of the Goblins will go towards the offense. Meanwhile, we'll just go in. Okay, I actually didn't need the Spear Goblins, but that's going to be all good. It's going to get some incidental damage on that Mega Minion. And then we're just going to send in a Miner. Okay, so it looks like probably probably a Sparky deck. So this is going to be actually a relatively good matchup, but we do have to be careful because first off, we're going to Mega Knight now so that the that Ewis stays out of range there, and also we're going to go in with bats, and now we're going to have a big counter push here, very, very big counter push. And honestly, this just might be GG's. Sparky takes 4 seconds, so we zap it at about 3 seconds. This is what I always like to do with Sparky. As soon as they play Sparky, I start like an internal timer. Because the charge up time is 4 seconds. So I just kind of count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once it reaches 3, if I do have a reset, then I'll immediately reset it. So anyways here, let's see here. He did actually defend that relatively well. I mean, we are obviously at a damage advantage, but like, look at this. He actually defended this entire push relatively effectively. So what we're going to do here is a quick little push here. As you can see, we're going to pull that Dark Prince back, and then the bats will get some damage or force out a response like it did here. Unfortunately, we do have a bit of a pickle here in that Dark Prince here. What we're going to do is zap it right before it charges to our tower, and it'll take some damage, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world, I guess. We'll just go in with a quick push here. I don't think he's back to Goblin Cage, which is kind of neat. Let's go in with bats here, because he's going to zap that. Those bats actually weren't great. So let's see here. This is actually going to be a bit of a difficult defense. Okay, well, not if he lets the Sparky go in front. Okay. Again, we'll just drag that Dark Prince over. 1, 2, 3, and we reset that Sparky. Well, looks like I screwed that one up. We're gonna get, ooh, big push coming in. We're gonna have to go in here with that Goblin Gang there. And, okay, this is not as clean of a matchup as I thought it would be. So let's be careful. Let's be very, very careful here. We're gonna let that he's gonna let that Inferno Dragon lock on a little bit, which is great for me. You know, I like that. I like that very much. Let's go in with a Skeleton Barrel here. Okay, well, not the best Skeleton Barrel in the world. Let's just go in with a Mega Knight, and then we'll reset the Sparky right now. Okay, we're gonna go in here with some bats, I guess, and then we'll go in with a Miner, apply some double lane pressure. He did use his zap after all, so we're just gonna go ahead and look at this. Oh, Inferno Dragon locks on, and I don't think he has his zap back in cycle. That's gonna be a lot of damage. 59 HP. How much does zap do? I hope it's enough. We're gonna zap here, and 11 HP. We just need one Miner hit, dude. So we're just gonna cycle here, get to that Miner, send that in, and he doesn't catch it. So going to take that match right there. So as you can see, the Mega Knight is actually so valuable in matchups like these. So definitely, again, another very, very solid option. So there we go, the 4 decks that will never die in Clash Royale. These decks have been viable for the longest time, and they will remain viable for a long time as well. So again, for those of you looking for decks to level up on your accounts, these are definitely 4 of the top options for you guys to look at. Again, deck links are going to be down in the description for those of you interested, but unfortunately, guys, that's all I've got time for in today's episode. Huge thanks to all of my channel members. You guys are the absolute G's. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below, as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.